Hi, we're Talk Comics to Me, and welcome to Jackass. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Talk Comics to Me. I'm Champenstein.
And
I'm going all over the place, sorry.
I'm Heather. I was going to try to make up a fake name, but I just was thinking of Boris Karloff for some reason. I was like, oh, that's a real name.
Honda.
Welcome to Jackass.
Handenfield. So yeah, I don't know if I have anything good to say today, because otherwise it's going to just be a straight fuck Ted Cruz day.
Oh, yeah. No, I forgot what I was going to say, too, because I just now was thinking of the other congressman who wore the tight baseball outfit that you sent me, 6 pictures of, and you can see his little moose.
You sent me those pictures.
I sent you those.
And that was Chris Christie.
I sent those to you?
Yeah.
For weeks now, when I was going through those pictures.
You sent those to me. Yeah, that's how that went.
Welcome to Jackass.
We're actually here to talk about comic books. I fucking swear.
Okay. I'll just go. This is Thor. This is issue number 12. This is part 4 of this cute little Prey chapter where Donald Blake is just wreaking havoc all over the worlds.
Okay.
He gets into a fight with Throg, and I have to show you my favorite panel because it made me laugh so hard when I was reading it.
Of course, yeah.
I don't think it was supposed to be funny, but when you draw a frog's face like this, it's going to make me laugh.
Oh.
It says very well, now comes the pain.
But also, that one, too.
Yeah.
Man, it's cute.
All the pictures of the frogs are just, fantastic. But anyway, there's a big battle that goes on.
More animal versions of Thor. Just,
I believe...
Screw humans.
Oh. Lockjaw?
Lockjaw?
Yes. So Jane Foster is wandering around the city going, how could Donald do this? This can't be him. And then Doctor Strange just, gets choked out of his window by Donald Blake, who finds out how he got his power, and Donald Blake is now going to destroy the source of the power. And Thor's still trapped.
All right.
I really like this issue. Yeah. I like this whole, Prey chapter.
Okay, cool, yeah. So, that's good.
I'm very, very pleased with it, especially because I was just thinking when I texted you about Loki, last night, it's just been a long time since I've seen Loki in a comic, and I miss him. And there he is right there.
Yeah,
and I love that because he didn't actually have that long of hair in the Sorcerer Supreme series of Doctor Strange, but I'll take it.
Yeah, whatever.
Loki has glorious hair, and I want it to be as long as he can handle it.
We can do what we want. It's comic books. Mm-hmm. Nobody will remember.
I will. If it's Loki, I will.
Okay. I have Pantomime. This is issue number 4. So this kind of time hops, and they've all kind of gone their separate ways from after school, and our main character is in college, and they all meet up at this house that they bought after they pulled off all these heists. And
how big is the time jump?
Just a few years, probably. I can't remember how old, they were in the beginning. Probably, 5-6 years.
Okay.
It's, a decent jump, but not, too much. Maybe it's, 10 years. Maybe it told me, and I don't remember.
I don't pay attention in comics when it tells you where it's taking place or, what year. Yeah. I'm I'll figure it out eventually.
Yeah, which is a terrible thing, but the same time, I also do that.
Yeah, I do that in The Last God all the time. That's why I have no idea what's going on.
We gotta start getting on top of that. But yeah, once again, still continues to be good, but everything's getting a little bit fuzzy now. Everybody's getting older, trying to find, their ways. And this summer, every summer they pull off these heists, and this is supposed to be the last summer they do that.
Okay.
And...
Because they probably have to go to college next year.
They're already in college.
Oh.
They're graduating college and shit. And some of them didn't go to college,
What'd they do with all that money?
They bought this house, and they're, one of them, bailed their parents out of jail. There's a lot of different things they did. And her brother our main character's brother, he is kind of been into what I assume is shady shit because he's walking around in, like, a suit, like a 1980s, like, Wall Street dude. And, like, on his phone, like, okay, I gotta go meet up with some dudes, like, see you later.
So probably, like, a coke problem.
Or, like, some mobster shit.
Oh, yeah.
Or maybe I've just been watching The Sopranos too much now. I'm like, yeah, some mob shit.
I mean...
They're just disappearing on their phone all the time.
Trash service.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, I'm really excited to see, like, how this, like, wraps itself up. Because I do enjoy it, and I know the stakes are definitely high. And it's just, like, a better Ocean's 11.
Okay. Is it 5 issues?
I'm not sure. I don't know. It was something I was supposed to look at, and I feel like it can only be, like, 5 or 6 issues.
Yeah. I would think 6.
Yeah, I also think 6. Though I could, like, take as many stories because I do find the characters interesting, and I do, like, and I would, like, I would enjoy going back and seeing, like, all of the other kind of, like, heists they've pulled off and, like, what happened with those. Not that the pacing is bad, and I think it's good for, like, what it is, but it's just like, oh, I would take more.
Yeah.
I like these characters, but also, you know, miniseries, nothing bad with it.
I'm trying to remember something. 6 issues, that's what I'm going to say.
We'll get it eventually.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, I have a note in my phone that's bets, like ongoing bets that I have with people that I've been, like, writing down. And I was just thinking, like, I wish I had Siri turned on so I could, like, have her put it in my notes.
But I'll literally recording a thing
I know.
right now.
I'm going to have to go back and watch it. Okay, so I have...
Don't tell people you don't watch yourself.
I watch you. I don't watch myself. I just tune myself out completely.
Just black out and talk.
This is Black Widow. This is issue number 5. I don't really know how to explain what's going on because I thought this was the end of the series, but there's more to it. So the Natasha finds out what happened. Her family, like her husband and her kid, they are actually hers, but they don't know exactly, like, what happened. So she knows that she was set up. Bucky takes her husband and her kid away without her, like, knowing where they are because she thinks it's better for him that way. Mm-hmm. And then they take down the rest of the people that had tricked her. There's a cute little scene with... I love her cat. A scene... No, not that. With Hawkeye. I love that page, by the way. That's what I wanted to show you.
Yeah, it's a good spread.
I love the art in this book. It's one of my favorite things. But she has a moment with him where there's, like, closure in their cute little relationship, and there's also closure with Bucky and Natasha, which that's what I was waiting for. That's what I wanted. I was like, how are you gonna, like, talk to each other as if you weren't, like, in love forever? And it happens. So I was very pleased with that. Her cat's name is Logan. Her baby's name was Steve. And her husband's name was James. That was how they tricked her into, like, it being a comforting thing.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really funny because I did not make that connection until I read this issue. And I was like, oh, yeah, Steve. Because she always called him Stevie. I don't know. Anyway, she's done with revenge now, and she's going to be doing other stuff. So.
All right. Cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Are you going to keep reading it?
Yeah, I think so. If it's not the same artist, I'll probably only check out a couple issues.
Okay.
But I think that she's still going to be on it, so.
All right, cool.
I enjoyed it. There's also those 2 young kids that come in, like, Wednesday afternoons. One of them has been, reading Black Widow, and we didn't have number 4, so I was like, I'll bring it in for you. And he just looks so happy.
I was trying to get them to start a profile. So.
Yeah. I think they might.
The blonde one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Very sweet boys.
Yeah, really good. Good kids. Yeah, I gave them paperwork. So, you know, just give them our info so when they listen to us.
I'll just slide them a bookmark.
We don't have them anymore. We're so fucking worthless.
I think I have a few, though.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I think so. Because I remember I gave a handful of them to DJ, and I said, hold on to these for me so I don't lose them. I'll have to double check.
All right, so moving on. We think about our customers a lot, so if you ever come into Legend Comics and Coffee, just know that you have...
Write it down on a piece of paper for you.
We will write it down on a piece of paper for you, or you'll end up finding us somehow. Because that's what happens.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have Shatter. Shadow Doctor, issue number 1. This is based on a true story. And this is about a man who...
A man, huh?
A man who is... It starts out, he's running whiskey during Prohibition.
Oh, I love those kind of stories. Boardwalk Empire.
Yeah. Ish. Yeah, ish. And he ends up getting caught between the Irish and the Italians, and the Italians win. The Irish win?
Is that about Chalky White?
Give me a second.
Okay.
I believe the Irish win. Yes.
Well, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, speaking as an Italian, Italians are worthless.
The Irish come through, and after all of this, he ends up getting a degree, going through Harvard, becoming a doctor, tries to get jobs throughout cities and hospitals that won't hire him because he's a black man. And that's repeatedly the thing that's always just like, hey, no hard feelings, but like nothing personal, but we can't hire you. You know why?
That's my favorite line that people use. It's nothing personal. Well, it's personal to you. Like you clearly have a problem with it.
Yeah, it's absolutely personal. And he tries to get loans and can't get loans. And so in the end, he ends up using his mob connections to try and fund his own practice. And he ends up meeting the boss, and it is somebody who
Call me Snorky.
We all know. And I think, I don't know, I am kind of interested in the second issue. It's weird because it is a true story written by somebody else. But still. But it's like a father telling a son about his past, basically.
I think you should get the second one. I just want to see what Snorky's up to.
I love the idea. I love the idea. It's real. It's real life. And I think that's what I love about it, is that it is real life. And it's also just one of those things where, I don't know, it just sucks.
Yeah.
And obviously there is the use of the N-word in this book.
See, okay.
Yeah. It was one of those things that's just like, I was like kind of thrown back, and I'm like, oh yeah, this takes place in, 1930s?
20s.
20, well, after
after Prohibition, then yeah, probably the 30s.
Yeah, 30s, 40s. I don't know. It still sucks every time, obviously, but...
Yeah, that's every time I see it, I'm just like, what? Why? Was that necessary for the story? Like, when they dropped it in X-Men, I was like, I know that book was written in the 80s, but still, I don't feel like it was necessary.
Yeah. So it is one of those things where just, but got there. It's fine.
You just make yourself real small.
Yeah. Just like on my couch, like, okay, I'm white. I shouldn't be reading this.
This is not for me.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna move on.
Yes.
This is
This is issue number 2. This is that cute little anthology about my favorite thing, clowns.
And also, we found out via this issue, different artists.
Mm-hmm. I love the art in this one.
Yeah, no, the art is so good. The story is also really, really
I was like blown away by this story. Like the first one I of course enjoyed, but this one was really good. So it's about a little girl who is telling the story of her mentally ill mother who started dressing up as a clown, and she's going to Funland because she sees angels and like all that kind of stuff. That's where she's supposed to go. She takes her daughter with her on this road trip, and so much happens. She gets to grow up real fast. But it's a story she's telling because she is a dancer named Rudolph.
Well, her name is
Rudolph. I just thought it was really cute, her costume.
I just like the idea too that it's just like no matter what, like you're not gonna really escape yourself,
right?
Which, I don't know, I just love, like, all of his stories quite a bit. It's just, like, they're all really kind of fucked up and weird.
But there's always, like, an ulterior message,
yeah,
too.
and it's also something that's, like, oddly relatable, too.
Yeah.
It's just, like, I don't know, my mom never did any of these things, but, like, I also understand that idea of just, like, the baggage you carry.
Right.
And, like, having to show that self.
Yeah, mentally ill mothers are not fun to grow up with. I mean...
I know it's not funny, and I understand, because, yeah, it's not.
It really just breaks you down.
I think it makes you strong.
I don't... No.
I know, I was just joking.
I don't want this shell anymore.
We need to be fully birthed birds.
I never want to be birthed again. Just on the off chance that I get stuck with another mentally ill mom. Because it'll happen to me.
Only need death from here.
I wish I could just be a chicken sometimes. Or like a chick that just comes out of an egg. Okay, I didn't read this one. This is Aria, Heavenly Creatures. I don't remember what this was about even, so I can't tell you anything about it. I just know that it's a fantasy. It's a one-shot. I'll read it. There was just a lot of words, like the first few pages, and I had so many other books to read, so I was like, I'll read that last, and then I didn't read it. So maybe next week I'll tell you about it. We'll see. But you should get it.
It's up to you.
It's a high fantasy with realistic art. I don't know why I'm sitting like that.
Like, all right, Grandpa.
I got my cardigan on today, so...
So I have Family Tree. This is issue number 11. Next issue is the last issue. A lot of moving pieces. This is going back in time. This is flashing back and forth. It's been doing that for this last little bit of the story of what happened when Meg, the sister who is a tree, got planted, and when her brother found his current wife, and how they had to move her to where she currently is, and how basically these terrible pieces of shit government people who were after them in the beginning, who the leader, it's not really a leader, but kind of a leader, she thought she had killed, she did not, and they have taken over everything because there's not many people left, so she's like absolutely everything, and they played their hand and played the family, and I thought something else was gonna happen. I was like, oh, maybe like he didn't fall into this play, like maybe he knew something else, but that is not what happened, and that was kind of that was disappointing. Not a bad like writing aspect, but just like
it wasn't what you wanted it to be.
Yeah, I was like, well, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna write it this way. Write it my way.
It would be a good story.
Yeah, it would still be a good story. But I mean, I don't know. I feel like with Jeff Lemire, I'm not gonna get like a happy story necessarily.
No, even if it is technically a happy ending, there's always something wrong with it.
Yeah. And so I don't know. I'm very excited for the end of this story, but also I don't know. I'm sad and afraid. Mainly just because I don't want to watch this tree burn.
Oh.
That's like also a human being, and there's also a lot like connected to like her, so.
Right. It would be the end of it though.
Yeah, and that's like what it is. It's like about the end of the world, basically, so.
I hope you don't cry.
I cry over everything.
I know, I feel that. Look, this is Damage too. I don't know. This is Once in Future. This is issue number 16. Can I just say how much I love this book?
Yeah, no, this book is so good, and the art is so good, and the colors are so good, and just everything about it is wonderful.
Yes, we get the appearance of the Lady in the Lake, which is what I was very excited about.
Mm-hmm.
Lancelot doing his business. I was really scared for a minute because when I saw that dragon, I went, oh no. Because I if you know how the stories go, and he mentions it in here, Duncan in the stories is going to be killed by a dragon. And I love him.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's also our main character.
I know. That doesn't mean he's safe.
No, I mean, just like in any Kieran book.
Yeah. I just, like, I don't know. Every time I see him, I just think my boy, my tiny boy, my sweet little boy he doesn't know. I love him. I mean, if either of them died, I'd probably write Kieran a very strongly worded letter about how much I cried.
Excuse me, sir? You dare make me cry on multiple occasions?
You gotta stop this, Kieran. I can't. I tell people you're my favorite writer, and then you do this?
I'll come to you and punch you in the face. God, no, I love this book so much. It's so much fun, and also just, I don't know, I am waiting for the other shoe to drop, though. I really am. Because it has been, for a Kieran book, too lighthearted. Mm-hmm. Like, there are those serious tones, and for fucking sure there's those serious tones, but, like, there is that, like, there's something else, and it has to hit, and it's gonna hit you just, like, so hard, right?
Yeah, because there's a bunch of stories that he's already branched off to, and a lot of them, none of them have, like, good, happy endings, and a lot of them are quite devastating, and I'm excited for it because I know that it's going to be worth it. But at the same time, I'm like, you gave me these characters, and you made me like these characters, and you're just going to pull a Brian K. Vaughan and just, like, kill me? That's fine. I guess. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's okay. My little heart can handle it, but I don't want to.
In the end, it'll be worth it. But yeah, I'm waiting for that moment. And I feel like it has to be kind of, like, soon. It feels soon. Like, with everything running together the way it is.
Right.
And just...
And I also feel like they wouldn't have mentioned the dragon if that wasn't going to play its part.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. Is probably going to happen in the next chapter because of all the guns and the Lancelot and the lady in the lake.
And that's what I was thinking too, is like Lancelot and also Merlin, because Merlin's just like a fuck. Like Merlin is like the biggest fuck of all.
He's a big bag of fuck.
All right, go ahead.
All right. I have We Live. This is issue number 5. This is the end of the first chapter of this book. Hototo. These are fun names. Hototo is the little boy, the brother that has the bracelet. He's being prepped to get the bracelet taken off, but then time runs out and the end of the world just kind of starts, it's really cool how it happens. This is the alien meeting, and this is, like, all the kids being, like, taken up after the meeting, but, like, it all happens just slowly, just a little bit at a time. And I just thought it was really cool how it happened, yeah. So the aliens who are taking the, like, 5,000 children or whatever off the planet, they, have a meeting, and they're like, humans haven't been around as long as we have, we should give them one more chance. So the bracelets end up transforming these children into, what are they again?
Paladins. Paladidons.
Paladians. To rid the world of all the monsters that have taken over so that humans can have another chance. I am okay with the way that this ended. I don't necessarily care for the Paladians, but this was like a good ending for me. So I think I am going to take it off my poll, even though, like I was telling Champ, I'm very interested to see one of the characters that was in the earlier issues with the gorilla. We thought he died, but here he is. So I do want to know what's going on with that, but I don't think I want to know enough to read it still. Because again, this was fine for me. This was fun. It was a cute little sci-fi book that I just did not think I was going to be interested in at all, but it just looked really cool. So
I like that a lot for you.
Yeah, thank you. I liked it too. I was very pleased.
All right, so I have Catwoman, or Future State Catwoman. This is issue number 2. This wraps up the short little train heist, and you think that Catwoman isn't going to make it, but
Otto pulls through, and he draws her getting away.
I mean, yeah, he also draws Batman.
How does he draw Batman? Can I see? I am very curious. I want to see how hot Batman looks.
Since Bruce Wayne lives, he is on this train. He's being held captive. They're helping him escape, but also Catwoman is helping these orphans escape, and they kind of come together to help this plan work out in the end, and it is very good and very sweet, and I had a really fun time with this.
Bruce just needs to let himself go sometimes.
Yeah.
He looks good like this.
Yeah. No, this was like a great look, for sure.
And I'm like torn now between, do I like Otto's Batman or Bruce better, or do I like Dan Mora's?
Yeah, they're both really great.
They both look fantastic.
Yeah, and I do like how like similar they did like end up making them look. So, and it's just this book was a lot, like I said, a lot of fun. Only 2 issues, so it's not a lot, but if you like any sort of like heist shit, that was definitely worth it for that. I don't know, and also if you like Batman or Catwoman.
Yeah, I read the first issue. It is a cute little quick story that doesn't take like a lot of effort. It's just fun. Yeah,
and it's weird because like I like a lot of Ramvy's work, but I did not really like his run on Catwoman. Like that main like Catwoman series. So I wasn't sure if I would even like enjoy this. I took that chance and it was worth it. So, sometimes you don't like some things and sometimes you do. It's like, whatever.
I get that.
Yeah. All right, you're one ahead of me.
I am?
Wait, no. We go and then you go again.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't know what's happening.
We forgot.
Yeah.
So this is Hollow Heart. This is issue number 1. I made Heather read this because it was a lot.
Yeah, it was very, very heavy and hard.
Yeah, it is this is a very sad comic book, but also, I don't know.
Let me hold that over here.
Really great at the same time. They described it as queer horror, and it's obviously it's pretty gay.
It's gay.
It is kind of horror-esque right now, but I'm waiting for that to kind of play into it more because our main character, Elle, it's hard to describe him because he's kind of just like a jumble of things in a robot suit.
Yeah.
So the story kind of starts out talking about a boy who's raising a goldfish and the goldfish dying. And then also showing Mateo, who is a mechanic who's helping Elle, like, helping fix Elle, but also in the end decides to help Elle, like, try to escape or try to, like, untether himself.
It's Ex Machina.
It is kind of Ex Machina, actually.
I talked to Derek about that movie yesterday, and that's, like, all I can think about and how that scares me.
Yeah.
But he is not manipulative like Alicia Vikander in that movie. He is actually, we don't know.
Oh, yeah, we don't know.
We don't know.
I just assume, I don't know, he's not...
You can't fake that kind of sadness.
Yeah. He's just, like, a very kind of pure creature, and Mateo goes to help him, and... I don't know. I'm just going to read the part that, like, really hurt my feelings, if that's okay.
Yep, almost
Oh, my
sneezed.
gosh.
Yeah, when I sneeze, I, like, push all my demons out, so...
Okay, so Mateo's trying to help him. He ends up actually really, really, really hurting Elle. But I'm just going to kind of read, like, just a little bit, but not too much. And I won't cry. I absolutely promise. The mechanic was wrong, but Elle stayed silent. He knew once Mateo left, he would collapse from the pain. But until then, he would hide it inside. It was a small price to pay for Mateo's kindness. Sometimes we scream in vain, our wretched cries falling on deaf ears, and so we die alone. Desperate for connection, we die alone. I don't know. That shit just, like, hit me really hard.
Don't do that when I'm wearing makeup, dog.
I didn't realize that. I didn't do that. Paul Aller did.
I know.
He wrote those words. I just said them out loud.
Well, it affected me.
But yeah, that's only like a little bit, but like the last 2 pages kind of just like gut you.
It's really good. I think it's worth picking up.
100%, yeah.
I try not to read anything with robots. They just make me uncomfortable. So any of the books that I've been reading recently that have robots in them is because Champ tells me to read it. I'm bummed I didn't pick that up because that actually is really good. Because it's not, it is a robot and it isn't.
Yeah, I just think it's just, like, the idea of what, I don't know. I really don't know, like, what it was about that book that really, like, hit me so hard. And like I said, I think it was the prose and just, like, the cadence of it and just, like, how it flowed so well. And just, like, the build up to those last few pages was just, like, I don't know, like I said, gutting, heartbreaking, but also just, like, hopeful.
Yeah. I mean, because they introduce this character and they, like, somehow within, 32 pages make you feel some type of way about it. And then they're putting you in Mateo's place, essentially. Yeah. Like, what would you do?
Or even Elle's place, too. Like, because, like, I don't know about you, like, you know those feelings. I think you can feel, like, either of those ways. Like,
oh, yeah, I have tons of feelings.
Either that heaviness of, like, needing that help and being broken and needing to, like, disconnect from whatever feelings are making you feel that way, and or the reverse of, like, trying to help somebody else, like, escape that.
Yeah.
So I think that might be, like, the heaviness of it is just, like, especially if you are able to just, like, feel both of those ways is, like, very incredible.
Yeah, because, I mean, he didn't really think about it until he realized that Elle kept running because he wanted to die. And then he was like, wait a minute, there's something more.
Yeah.
And I mean, I get what you're saying.
And I think sometimes, like, when you help people, you kind of do break them and hurt them.
Yeah. You give them the tools they need to, like,
and
help themselves.
Ugh.
Okay, I'm just going to talk about this book. This is Abbott. This is 1973, issue number 2. Our Lady Abbott. That kind of sounded nice. Manages to get I forget what it's called, the Umbra from Miss Henrietta, who is the older woman. I don't know if any of you remember what I said about this first issue, but basically she's just on the hunt for the bad spirit. Her ex-husband is helping her. Her girlfriend disappears, and she gets humiliated by her boss in front of a bunch of people after wearing a very nice dress. So, she's going in for the kill.
All right.
I still enjoy it. Like, I don't feel like I really understand how the magic works in the book.
Okay.
They explain it, but to me, I'm just like, I don't care about that magic.
Yeah, I think that's how I felt that first like story arc. And I think that's why I couldn't get past it, because I was just like, I don't care.
Right. And honestly, I don't think I should have gotten this story arc, but I don't know.
I think it's interesting. Like, that's the thing, is, like, I think it's an interesting story. I just think there's something that's, like, that doesn't connect well enough.
Yeah. They don't do a very good job of explaining how the magic works, and so it doesn't make any sense to me. I'm like, this is kind of stupid.
Okay. On that note, we're going to move on to The Picture of Everything Else. This is issue number 2.
Marcel, who is an art critic, just like I am.
You are, of course, the biggest art critic that I know.
Yes. He has stopped painting after his incident with the painter. It was his boyfriend, right?
It was his
lover?
Alphonse wasn't Alphonse wasn't the killer, the painter killer.
No, I know. Alphonse was his lover, though, right?
Yeah.
Loose-ish. Okay. He ends up
a friend that you fuck sometimes, it seems like.
Lover. That's what I'm going to call it. It's a lover.
I don't know.
You're loving on them.
I mean, yes. Okay. At this point, yes.
So, Marcel's lover, Alphonse, has stayed with the painter and is working on stuff. And it's several months after the incident in the first issue. He comes back. Marcel is seeing a cute man. I forget his name, too. Antonio.
Spanish.
Yes. And he is tempted to go back with Alphonse to do the painting and stuff, so that's where we're at. It's just this struggle that he has the entire time trying to decide, like, why can't I paint again? Why is this fucking me up? And then, like, okay, this is the root of the problem. I'm going to go to it because I need to paint again.
Yeah.
And that's not how it's going to work for him, but we'll see. Who knows? Maybe Marcel will have good luck.
I don't see it going that way, the way that issue ended, but
No.
maybe. So now we have Stillwater. This is issue number 6. We're bringing in some veterans. So God bless America.
Semper Fi.
Semper Fi, motherfucker. Anything else?
No, this takes place after the town meeting when the welcome party tries to convince the judge to let them have a little bit of freedom. There's an explosion at the courthouse, and our main sheriff man, who is also an ex-military man,
Marine.
Oh.
Funny that this is written by a Canadian, but written so American.
Chip, what does Semper Fi mean?
Okay, I'll explain that to her later.
Thank you.
You're welcome. As a granddaughter of a Marine, I could have just flipped this table over, but I didn't.
I never paid attention to what branches my family was in. I know the name Ncbd, and I know I used to fly a plane. So.
Yeah, that's Stillwater issue number 6.
Never mind. Okay,
we have Batman and Catwoman. Stillwater is great, by the way. Good story still.
Fantastic. And I have like a weird, I don't know, it's like one of those things where when I see the sheriff and like I know he's a bad man, I'm still just like, okay. Because I think he's hot.
Of course you do.
He's a bad man.
The worst of the story, like, besides the judge, yeah, of course you love this guy. You know I am the pure, and you are the evil. We've discovered this.
Yeah. I mean, okay. So we're just going to talk about this, and the bad guy in this I am not attracted to.
Yeah, the Joker or the Phantasm?
Either.
Okay.
There's a lot of really nicely drawn butts in here. I do have to say that. I have to point it out right now. I need you to know. If you don't read it, I would say do for the butts.
I'm not going to disagree with Heather on this point. But I'm going to say that, like, out of all of the things, it was, like, my least favorite thing. The art in this issue was probably my least favorite art out of all of the issues. And I think it is literally because I cannot take that Batman suit that she has on is just like...
There's a butt.
Yeah.
No, it's like, it's weird.
I think, like, this suit in combination with, like, the Nicki Minaj squatting in front of the vault... Like, I couldn't handle that, dude.
Yeah, it was a bit unnecessary.
Like, I could not handle that because I was like, there are so many other ways to sit in front of this while you're having...
Have you never sat like that while you were going through a vault?
No, like putting my pussy in somebody's face, basically. No, I have not. It's just... It's not even like... Nobody squats on the floor like that. Do you ever see me in front of the comic book floor, like in front of the comic book wall sitting like that? Like, just imagine how fucked up my knees would be.
No, but I feel like I've sat in front of the wall like that a few times. I would stand up
like, oh, fuck, and just, like, jab my face right into some comic books.
I do love this.
Yeah, no,
so
I did like that last scene.
Because I'm like, dog, what are you doing? You clearly don't fit in there.
Yeah,
Not Pennywise.
I don't know, man. I just could not take anything. Like, the art really distracted me from the story, and I think it's like a combination of like just that suit. Like, normally I can take Clayman butts, but I was just like, I'm always distracted by them because it's like, why the fuck are you doing this?
I think that's why I didn't notice the art, to be honest. I read the words and just like, but, just the entire time.
What is this book about? Just asses. Ass.
It's about Buttman.
Nothing else. It's about Buttman. I don't, like, yeah, I wish I had something to say about Tom King's words right now.
Yeah, I didn't, I'm trying to remember what the story was about.
So basically, Dick is now why am I blanking? Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah.
And then
he looks great, by the way.
And Batman and Catwoman's daughter is some sort of Batwoman who just has her suit painted on.
Yeah. Yeah, like Mystique.
And she, you know what? She could do the pussy drop onto some paper.
It's there presented for the world.
Exactly.
My God.
And so... I'm sorry.
In my head, I just keep hearing pop, lock, and drop it, and I don't want that.
I promise next time we will never do this. But they decide they find out the Joker is dead, and they are going to investigate his death because the commissioner has authority over all of the Joker's crimes because he's just been kind of Gotham located. And so Catwoman and Helena, her daughter, are having dinner, and Helena's like, I'm going to go investigate this.
And Catwoman is just like, interesting. Yeah. Because she did not have anything to do with it.
So, and that's what Batman Catwoman is about.
Butts.
All right.
This is my first time opening this. Ooh. Okay.
So neither Heather nor I have read this. This is Marvel number 5. And cute little story. Cute little anthology story.
Yeah, I've mentioned this before, but I've enjoyed all of them that I've read so far. I just because I decided to just start reading my comics today for some reason. I did not have time to get to this one, but it looks really good.
And it does look pretty good.
Oh, I love classic Wolvie.
Looks like a good Wolverine Hulk fight. Boom, boom, bam.
Dang! That's a form. Yes, he's okay. I'm probably going to read this later tonight. It's nice.
We'll give you a full review in the morning.
Yeah. I'll type it out in the newsletter. Okay.
I can't do another one of those.
Look, another one I didn't read. This is X-Men Legends number 1. This is about X-Men. It's an
I just want to say that Heather does not appreciate any of Brett Booth's talkings or sayings. Just loves X-Men.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know why I added this. I think I was just like, oh, cool, an X-Men, one shot. Fun.
But it's a bunch of different X-Men one-shots by, different 90s dudes.
Yeah,
or, 90s people or, original X-Men writers, right?
I honestly have no idea. I assume that's what it is, yeah. But I got, 3 pages in, and I was like, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going on. I know Cyclops and Havoc. I don't know anyone else in this story.
Right. Interesting.
I might try to read it again, or I might just skim.
All right. You go first.
There you go. Okay, so I have Marauders. This is issue number 18. Emma used a bunch of money to start taking over the buildings in Lowtown to get those shitty little kids out. But the shitty little kids have been going behind the Marauders' backs, after every fight or battle or whatever, and taking the people that were just kind of innocent bystanders but were fucked up and hurt because of them, and turning them into, I think these are the Reavers. I think that's where I got that from.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, Reavers. To go take down the Marauders because the kids just want Lowtown. There's I love the art in this book, for one, mostly because Magneto makes this face that I just love that because they don't know if they're supposed to be clapping or not because of what had happened. Emma opens a hospital that is a gift to Lowtown. It's free, completely free. They have mutant doctors and stuff in there to help.
Cool.
Regular doctors, anything that you want, you can go there and they will take care of it for you. And she named it the Moira Taggart something or another, and that's why Magneto was just it was good. It was a good face. Yeah, that's pretty much what they're dealing with right now is the kids released the Reavers on Lowtown and was like, anyone who wants to get out will get out. Everyone else can just get killed, pretty much. So,
All right.
I enjoy it quite a bit. I'm glad I did keep that one on my poll.
Yeah. So I have Cable. This is issue number 8. This is a Cable and Domino team up.
Cute.
And she's never teamed up with this young Cable, so it's kind of interesting and fun. And it's not where is Strife, it's when is Strife.
What we know is a drop.
Yeah, and honestly, that is actually something that happens in there, and I want to be like, yo, Doug, did you watch Dark?
Someone's been watching Dark.
Yeah, and I did love that, because I was just like, maybe, even if you're not watching Dark, I'm just like, yeah, I love that shit, because it just reminds me of Dark. And if you haven't watched Dark, please watch Dark, and then take a look at our videos that we have about us talking about Dark. But yeah, that issue of Cable was great. He fights a bunch of Cable clones. He's just in search of Strife. I had a lot of fun. I actually did just see that this Cable series is going to wrap itself up here shortly, which is kind of disappointing, but I don't know. I still loved it quite a bit. Once again, Phil Noto art is great. Yeah. And you are getting little glimpses of older Cable within this as well. So that's all I really got to say about that. It's totally worth it. A lot of fun.
He looks so good in this book.
Mm-hmm. All right. Do you have anything else?
I don't actually have. I have 0.
All right. So that is New Comic Book Day. Go support your local comic book stores, support your friends, do the right things.
Libraries.
Support libraries.
Keep libraries open, please. I need somewhere to go to cry.
We might find I'll try to find some mutual funds for Texas to try to send them money to help take care of our people. Just, other humans who are just trying to live their lives.
Mm-hmm. We'll get probably Ted Cruz's P.O. box or whatever. You can mail him some poop if you want. I might.
Just send him memes about how much he sucks. Who cares?
I'm just going to send him those pictures of Chris Christie just over and over again.
Just like in gift card, it looks like a birthday card or an invite.
I'm going to make trading cards. I'm going to make stickers. I'm going to make patches. I'm going to make flyers. I'm going to do everything with those pictures, and they're all getting sent right to Ted Cruz.
All right. So we love you. Thank you for listening, or doing whatever you're doing. We'll see you next time.
Yes. Have a good
life.